Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to test this strategy. It is created by Betmo. The name is Maximize and I have seen it today. We are going to test it and we will modify it just because I would like to show you how I use my WheelPulse AI idea to make the strategies better. And the way it is, I like it, but there are a lot of things wrong about the strategy. So how do we know that? First of all, let's go back to the original strategy, and I created all the levels. It is claimed that it has 9 levels and we have plenty of chances to win. That's one thing wrong about this strategy, because I will show you. When I place my bets on the roulette table, WheelPulse analyzes it in 1 second, comparing the previous test results. These are the previous test results here, okay? And if I am able to show you, there we go. The red ones are failed ones, and the green ones actually the ones that passed according to the strategy. Okay. So let's go back here. Let's start from the beginning, and that is 18 numbers. All right. So now 18 numbers, this is even money bet. This is no different than red or black. No matter what you do inside, you can create all the jackpots you want. The total is 18 numbers. So 18 numbers, after all these tests, it tells me it lost 12 times in average so far, and also it lost 16 times at some point. We can actually find that out right here. You see, it did reach to 16. So it is 16, there are 11, 13, 11, 10, 12, 9, 11, all these. So the strategy is good, but it already lost before even you go to the casino. Why? Because it has 9 levels in the original video, and it's obviously not enough. This is the strategy. Let's see how much is the original strategy cost. When I click on this, it's 922 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a couple dollars difference. I remember 926 for some reason, but anyways, doesn't really matter. It's very close. So it starts with 4 units on even money and 2 streets. Then we increase it to 9 units even money. Streets remain the same, and then he increased the streets by 1 unit, and the even money, it goes to 15, and you will get the idea. You have the original video. He has all the levels, the totals, and I'm just repeating this. I will leave the link in the description. So it goes that way, but 9 levels. All right. We can play a bit and we can see how it works. So let's spin that one. When there is a loss, I'm just gonna I'm gonna clear the rules. We can create them later then. All right, so we lost that one. win, reset. When we lose, we go to the next phase quickly. There we go, 3 losses, and now reset. Now it didn't make it happen. He repeats when it doesn't hit the session high. When we hit it, you will see an alert here. So we spin again, loss, loss, loss. Now this is the problem about this strategy. The levels are not that strong. This is a huge gap right here. All right, let's go back to the main big chart, then I can show you guys. So here we lost, made it back, and right here. This is a huge gap. You are already end of the strategy, and look, you have 2 levels left. So what do we do here? If we repeat and lose, it's super possible. Or we should go back 1 or 2 to keep it safe. Let's go back 1, and there we go, it lost, and we made it again. So this is how I would manage that section. So we got very close to the bankruptcy level, and actually in his video he did hit level 9. It shows you it's super possible, because 9 level is not really enough. We need at least 12. So there you go. So that's a big drop here. That was level 7, and it did hit the level 8. I can show you here. Okay, so what I want is this. I am going to play this strategy really safe, and I will I'm going to apply my one of the rules here, smart way of playing this. And in the meantime, we are going to see if it's gonna pass level 9 or not. So, and then you will see yellow square highlights. That's the moving faces. So when AI idea plays, you can easily track it from the yellow square, and you will see the purple one. It will stay on the last hitting phase, so you are gonna have an idea how many levels we used. And for example, you may see the purple line here. So I will show you slowly. So you see it is playing. So the last phase it hit was level 3. Okay, and we will be able to see it here as well. So the way WheelPulse AI they play this strategy is, win reset, and also the second category we call it cruise. It moves down 2. You will see we are in, yeah, did you see that? And then this moves back 1. Shield. Cruise moves back 2. When there is a win, it moved 2 down, and reset when there is the session high. And so far we hit level 5. This is what the purple is, peak hit. So this is hit on level 5. Okay, so this is the slow version. I'm gonna make it a little faster. So just focus on here. We are gonna be able to see we did hit level 6. So like you see, sometimes this is a great example of seeing a good strategy goes wrong. So this looks good right now. Because we only hit phase 6 so far. But I will go faster, and we are going to be able to see this will actually fail. Let's go turbo mode. Okay. So level 7, it hit level 7, and it did hit level 9. That's why it stopped. You lost $630. It didn't even make the 300 spin count. And that's the reason. Level 9 is never enough for even money bet. And you see that. Level 9 hit. And level 9 is under gambling point. And it needs more levels. You need to add more levels, and you need more bankroll regardless. So this is the example of how a good strategy can go wrong with wrong level count and the bankroll. So it is all related. Your bankroll depends on how many levels you have for the strategy, and if you don't know how many levels you need, then your bankroll is wrong. So that's the issue. We will modify the strategy in part 2, and I will tell you guys the real bankroll for this strategy, and also I will show you how I modified any strategies with WheelPulse AI idea to make it better, and we will stress the reality. See you in part 2. All right, everybody. So this is part 2. Reminding, this is the result from Maximize Strategy but by BetMo, and this is an example of how a good strategy can make you lose $630. And just to remind you guys, this is the strategy. So when I check this strategy, I see that even money is covering the jackpots. So if we eliminate the jackpots, it's an even money bet. So when you create jackpots, it will cost you more. Sometimes you wonder, do we need the jackpots or not? Because without jackpots, you would lose less, right? So what I will do is that I am going to modify the strategy. And how do I do that? How do we get out of that gambling point and actually make money? Okay, so let's restart this strategy. He started with $4. What I will do is this, because we need more than 9 levels, we gotta take it easy. We gotta approach 18 numbers slower. So if I start with 1 unit without jackpots, and then add the jackpots as we go. So let's do that. And then all I want is the break even, because when we tested the strategy, the levels are not strong enough to recover. And then you repeat the bet, but in the meantime, you are on a high level, and when you lose, you are almost at the end of the phase. You were at phase 7 or 8. If you reset, it's not gonna recover if you don't repeat, so that is the problem about the strategy. So we will approach it slower, and we are going to really maximize the strategy, because it's not maximized yet. So if I add 1 street here, we are still short. I'm going to take that to the break-even point. Now it's break-even. So that means you are increasing your even money bet 1 unit. I will show you right here. So this is the jackpot. It makes $13. The others act like a little bit of insurance, because if you lose this one, we are losing more than this section, right? So we are actually aiming 1 street here, and then if we hit here, we will break even. So let's save that, add another one, take that to the break even, 1 more break even, 1 more break even, 1 more break even, and 1 more break even. So how many levels we are at right now? 7. And how much is it costing us? $292 for $1 game. After this, now let's go back. So we are right here, right? 18 numbers. Average is phase 12, not phase 9. It's very common. That's what it means. Average phase 12. It's very common to lose that many times. So from this point, we can just break even. Okay, so now we have 10 levels. We need 2 more. This is the safer version of maximize, and also it will show you how much would that cost. $9,344. Okay, this is the average. This is the minimal. We are going to test this strategy. We are gonna play manually. We are gonna let WheelPulse AI play, and we are gonna play this fast to see if it's going to fail or not. Maximum phase 16. Okay, so I have seen even money bet lost that many times, but we are going to leave it at level 12. Okay, clear the rules. All right, so let's play it slowly. So we spin and we lose. We move to the next phase. You see, it's very common to lose back to back. But now when we win, we break even. All right, so we made $53, and we did lose $68 to make $53, which is good. This is the session peak. We did lose 5 times in a row. We saw that, and we are in profit. All right. So the way it is, I will apply win reset rule. Since we are breaking even, we are able to reset. And then let's see. So you will see the yellow section. This is moving towards the win. And the purple is the last phase hit, the peak hit I call. So we will see if this is going to come right here, 9 level, because the original strategy is at 9. Right now it's profitable So we are at 70, 62, 44, 6. All right. Wow, it was close, right? So this shows you line level is never enough for any even money bet. I am like I have seen a strategy in roulette master. You know, you cover even money and a dozen, you move things around and all that. The bankroll is very important because it's exactly the same idea. You are creating jackpots under the even money bet. So you really need to approach it slowly. Actually, that strategy costs less than this one. And you see, we did hit level 11. So you would lose your bankroll. Okay, so this is the part that I want to show people, that sometimes the strategies look good, but the structure is wrong, or the bankroll is wrong because there are not enough total face requirement. Now I will speed it up since we have seen it did hit level 11. Let's play it in turbo mode. You will see good profit because we have 12 levels, but it would cost you. So the reason people don't create enough faces because they don't want to scare players. But I do stress the reality. This is exactly how much you would need minimum if you want to play the strategy, because it's not fun when you trust a strategy, you go put your own money on the table and you lose. And we cannot say, oh, play with the money that you can afford. It doesn't make sense when the strategy is wrong, because if you have enough money for 9 levels, you will definitely lose that money. And it's a lot of money for some people. That's what I am trying to show, how to play it safer and better. We are at $500, as you see here. So it is a little better, safer. Right now we are at 11. Okay, so let's see how much would that cost us, right? So if you come here and put 11, it would cost us $4,672 to survive. And there we go. This is what I was trying to show you guys. It did hit 12 times. Okay, and then we lost all the money. We did lose $9,344 with this strategy, even though we started with safer progression, but we did lose it. So what we will do is here, if you wanted to play this, you should go here and from this point, So let's do 200. 200. Let's see if it's going to be enough. So we'll go here, load, and then double this, probably break even, double one more. Okay. So we did hit 12. Let's spin that. We lost that one. 13 and 14. So as you see, we created 3 more levels and it did lose actually 3 more times. From 1 cent bet, 337.76. So we did lose 654.08 from 1 cent bets. So this is part 2. This is the reality about this strategy. And you see how easy to lose back-to-back 12 times, 13, 14 times sometimes. 9 level is never enough for this type of strategy, or none of the even money bet strategies. So even though you take it in a safer level, you will lose. Let's clear it up. And retest. You will be able to see here, level 6. It is good strategy if you don't walk in the casino at the wrong time. You can make a couple hundreds probably. This is what it is. It made almost 300 bucks. But if you keep playing this strategy the way it is, it's not going to be enough. Okay. So don't play the strategy with $1, and when you have 960 bucks or whatever the bankroll was claimed, don't play it with that. And there we go. You see, average, and it did hit the average losing streak. Level 12. Also here it shows you in a purple, so this is the last level reached, and it does cost you $9,344 if you play it with $1. And you see the profit and loss here. This is right now hitting almost $600. It is okay if you have $9,344. So I think we got the clear idea. So we shouldn't just look at here, profit and loss. It looks good always. It's always like that when you watch any strategy from the channels, it looks good, but the reality is never shown in any YouTube channels. It is not testing. I see the YouTube channels like Roulette Master or Casino Matchmaker, Betmo, Lunchmo, Jackpot Master, all they are playing the strategies, and playing is very different than testing the strategies. The strategies needs to be tested detailed, and you will see the reality. Right now we cannot say this strategy is making almost $1,000. It looks easy, but also if you walk in the casino right here at that moment, and people do, you are going to give up your $9,344 for this type of strategies. This is the modification version. It's safer version than Betmo's maximized strategy, but still you need way more. So the problem with this strategy is the level, 9 levels, wrong bankroll, and wrong actual starting point. If you are covering even money, why would you start with 2 streets? Start with the even money, then add one more street, and then one more street, 1 and 1. So this way, because you are creating jackpots, the roulette table will punish you. This is how I see things when it's a jackpot strategy. I'm not a big fan of the jackpots. I'm not a big fan of the pushes. I am not a big fan of partial losses. I know you will see it all the time in the channels, but I'm not a big fan of it. I would rather to go up a straight up bet. And like, for example, say we are covering a dozen and a column, right? Like second dozen and second column. There are the 4 numbers in the middle meeting. Those are the jackpots. I would rather to play 20 straight up bets instead of that. Yes, it will cost you more, but trust me, it is a little bit better. It's more flexible, it's better, and I do believe in the strong numbers more than the strong columns, and because strong numbers are strong numbers, they are going to be everywhere on the table, but the strong column and a strong dozen, they will switch it around. I have shown you many times in my other videos. And I will stop this. I will stop talking. And I'm just going to show you the results. So I'm not going to call maximize strategy is a good strategy. It's horrible. And it didn't pass, and this is the reason. We will make videos like that in the near future when I see strategies, and by looking at them, I can say it's already a loser strategy. So this is what I will do. Hope the other channels don't get mad at me, but this is what I do.